Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending where and when you're watching this. I'm of course FuzzyM0nst3r, and today we are looking at a plugin called the Banisher. This was created by HellDiner. This is an admin tool for servers of any size. You can mute, ban, and add notes to players. It has a built-in Vanish option. It has a great GUI, which is very self-explanatory. Plugin was made for 1.15, so let's hop in and take a look at the plugin. So as you can currently see, I'm in creative mode flying over our shopping district on the server. There are 4 very simple commands that you need to know with this plugin. We have Banisher GUI, Banisher followed by the player name you want to ban or look into, Banisher Vanish, which is obviously quite self-explanatory, and a Banisher config. So if we start off with the first one, so we will go into Banisher GUI, if I can spell it right. You have 2 very simple options. You can either select a player or punish players. Now obviously this is the ones that have previously been banished on the server, so if you click into it, it will show you them. So obviously you can see here all the people we banned off the server, the reasons, when they were banned, and obviously who banned them really. If we click in the back, you can select a player, and obviously in the chat you can type the name of the player. So I'm obviously going to do myself. And it brings up this menu. Now, there is a simpler way to bring up this menu. If you do Banisher, followed by the player name, it also brings up this menu. So if you know the player you're looking into, you can go straight into this menu here. There are 4 very simple options. New offense, which is pretty simple. If you have a new offense for the player, you can add it. The history of the player. The comments, so we can obviously add comments and everything to the player. And you can very simply mute the player here and there. So no / commands to mute them, just come into this console and mute them there. So, very quick example, if we do unmute, I'm no longer muted. Apparently I was muted, so if we try to type in the chat, hey, it lets me type. If we go back into Banisher and do my player name and click to mute, I've now been muted, so when I try and type in chat, it will just pop up saying you are now muted, so it's very, very simple. So let's unmute ourselves. We are now unmuted, which is great. We go into Banisher, followed by my player name. We can obviously add new offences. So if we click into the new offence, there is 2 options. There is one for malicious hacks, and there's one for other reasons. Now if we go into malicious hacks and have a look, there's a list of malicious hacks, the most commonly used ones, and obviously an option to add a custom one. If we go back in and have a look at other reasons, there's obviously other reasons which aren't hacks as such, so like lag making, VPN evading, bots, and all those sort of commands there, and obviously again another option. So if we want to say we have been caught hacking, so we will come into this menu with our player name, and say we got caught TP hacking. You have 2 options when you go into this. You can do it at private or public. Now public will show that to everyone on the server at the time, and private will obviously just do the player. Do a private, we can warn, kill, kick, or we can ban them for any sort of time, with the end one being for life. Very simple. So we could warn Fuzzy, I'll obviously warn myself, and it will come up saying you've received a warning for TP hacking. If we go back into the GUI and look at history, it will come up saying TP hacked, I was warned on today's date. So it's very simple to keep track if you have more than one admin online at once, and you can obviously look at the ones they've done in the past. Comments, you can add a comment, so just say you watch a player and you find out they are hacking but you're not too sure, but you want to add a note, so if another admin comes on and has a look, they can see it. If you look into notes, you can add a note, just type in it whatever you want to say, so best ever. It's now been saved. So if you go back into the Banisher plugin and go back into the player name, look at the history, you can see all the history there, and if you go into the comments and go into read comments, it will show up there. Very simple. You can obviously exchange notes with other admins and everything like that. And it's when you ban someone for a hack or anything, we do a public sanction. 30 minutes. We want something a bit more, bit of a less time. Flag making, public, 30 minutes. They get banned. This is what the screen looks like. So when we try to reconnect to the server, it will say you banned for whatever time is left on the ban. Now that we are being unbanned, we can obviously continue. The next thing obviously is Vanish. Banisher comes with his own version of Vanish, which is, I think, absolutely excellent. If you go into Banisher and you go into Vanish, it says you have entered Vanish mode, so no one on the server can see you. You fall out of the tab menu. You can see it yourself, but you fall out of the tab menu for any other players online. And the best bit about this is if you come off the server in Vanish and log back in, as you can see, it warns you that you're still in Vanish mode. Many of times when I've been using this plugin, I've come off the server in Vanish and gone back in on Vanish and not realised. So it's a really nice feature just to have, so you know you're on Vanish as soon as you log in, so you don't talk when you're not actually logged onto the server. The last one, you Banisher config. Load and reset are the same things really, it just reloads the config file that's saved. So if you change something after a server reset and you're not happy with the file, you can change the file manually and do a reset that way, or a reload of the file on an old one. And I think that's it for the tutorial. Again, if you have any questions about the plugin, please hit up HellDiner on the link below in the description. And again, thank you for everyone for watching.